guys, it's Kelly here again and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another Sims 4 speed building video. So for this one, we are doing something very big, actually. We're doing a very big build and it wasn't intentionally going to be this big, but in the end I went all out and created absolutely everything that you're going to see in further in this video. And yeah, so what we're doing this week is actually the apartments and the cafe from the TV series, TV sitcom Friends. So I'm not gonna explain what Friends is because I do believe that like every single person out there knows what Friends is, and if you don't know, why did you click on this video? Anyway, enjoy either way. I'm sure you're gonna love it. So Friends is a wildly popular TV series, a comedy show that centers around a group of friends who try to make it in the big city and try to start their careers, their families, and keep their friendships intact. So in this part, this is going to be a two-part video just because it was a really long build and I didn't want to bore you guys with a 2-hour video or 1 hour and a half, so I split the two. So this one is a bit shorter and the other one is a bit longer. It's I think 30 something minutes. And in this one, so this whole build is basically a huge apartment building that has Monica and Rachel's apartment. It has a hallway in between, and then it has Joey and Chandler's apartment. This is all on the second floor, I believe. On the first floor, we have Central Perk, which is the iconic cafe in which all the friends hang out and where all, I guess, the magic and the fun stuff happen. And we also have Phoebe's apartment that is later on Phoebe and Rachel's apartments. Spoiler alert, I guess. And we also have Ross's apartment. So we have absolutely everything monumental to the show. We have everything, all of the apartments that are that took out a bigger, I guess, spot on the show. So I did try to incorporate absolutely everything. I tried to, first of all, have everything, and second of all, make it as close to the original as possible. So I have to be honest with you guys. This was actually built in April 2016. So this is one of the sooner videos that I had. The first ones that I created for the channel when I became more serious and more involved with my YouTube channel. So it is very old. So I did not have all of the packs that I do have right now. And I probably would have been able to maybe get it a bit closer to the original if I did have them. But even so, I do believe that it turned out very close to what it actually was in the TV show. And I will include some screenshots. I will include, like in the left corner, I do that sometimes when I recreate builds. I would put some snapshots just so you can see and get an idea of what exactly it is, or what I was going for and what I was trying to recreate. So the first video is going to be 20 something minutes, and in the first one we get the whole building recreated, and we do finish up Rachel and Monica's apartment. So their apartment is the biggest one, and somehow, even though like this part is I think 27 or something, 25, 27 minutes long, and I did not do as much as I did on the next one. So the next one is only a couple of minutes longer, and somehow I managed to furnish all of the rest of the apartments. And I don't know exactly how that happened. I guess because the girl's apartment is a lot bigger, so I guess that was the reason, or maybe just the exterior and trying to figure out where everything goes, because the idea behind this was to have all of the apartments and the cafe, everything in one big building, because I wanted it to seem I know that they don't live in the same buildings, but I wanted everything on the same lot and in the same building. So that's something that I strived very hard to portray in my build. So you do see me struggle a lot with the exterior, because what I did was follow the layout of all of the apartments and then kind of figure out and put them together, kind of like Tetris. I would I would rotate it, I would see if it would fit here, if it would fit better there. So you do see me at first create the apartments, like say right now, a little off on the lot. I create the layout of one of the apartments, I finish it up, I count squares and stuff, and when I finish the apartment that I have in mind, I try to figure out exactly where it fits, how it fits, and if it looks good. So after I did that, I believe I kind of filled up the spaces that I had left, and I just used a brick texture. I made actually a little alley right in front of it, right on the side of the building, and it actually ended up looking exactly like an apartment building, which I'm really happy with how it turned out. I wasn't expecting it to fit so well, but somehow having all the layouts the way that they were just made everything absolutely fit. So, like I said, this was built basically a year ago. I mean, it's almost April now, and it was built in April last year. So I was kind of dreading making this whole video, and even though I had to edit it a lot because it was very long, so I had to edit it, I had to voice it over, which is always a bit, I guess, well, it's not my favorite thing to do, just because my microphone is very bad, and I kind of dread editing the audio as well. Like, the video's fine. I love video editing. I've always have, but just audio editing is not my thing. I am not good at it. My microphone is super bad, super cheap, and it's just, yeah, it's a bit annoying. So I do apologize for that, and I do apologize for, I guess, complaining about it, but that's how it is. So here you see me still struggle with the layout and with everything, making everything fit. And in about 2 or 3 minutes, we will have our building finished, I believe. You do see me pause here and there. That's because I am looking at reference pictures. I am looking at pictures from the sets and trying to figure everything out. So you do see me spin around a lot. You do see me pause and just struggle all together, but we do end up getting there. I think at about 10 minutes in, we start furnishing Monica and Rachel's apartment. So it didn't take us that long to get to where we had to get to. And yeah, so these apartments are basically furnished in a way that they were, say, maybe 3rd or 4th season, I believe. And so, like I said, we have for this one Monica and Rachel's apartment. So we do have it, like, Monica's room is furnished the way that it was when she was going out with Richard. If you remember, that's in the 2nd season. And there are some, the snapshots, the pictures that I used from the set are from the older seasons. On the other hand, Joey and Chandler's apartment, like, naturally it's a set, and it's a TV show that run for, I think, like 10 years or something. So a lot of things changed, and a lot of the furnishing changed, and that's only natural. That's completely natural. And I couldn't, of course, recreate just like every single version of the apartment. So I tried to make them as close as I possibly could, and to something that was familiar for most people. So looking online on Google and on Pinterest, because basically that's all the places that I look for when I create anything on The Sims 4. I look on Google and Pinterest. So looking there, these are this was the way that it was in the pictures, so this is the way that I decided to build it in The Sims 4. So the furnishing is from the older the older seasons, the first few seasons, and Ross's apartment is actually the apartment from the last seasons when he moved into was it? I think it was into Ugly Naked Guy's apartment. I do believe it was exactly in his apartment after Ugly Naked Guy, how they used to call him after he, I think he passed away. Ross was kind of in a battle and he won the apartment and he moved in there. So, it's in the building right next to theirs, but for the sake of this video, I made it into the same building, the same as Phoebe's apartment and the cafe. So, like, Ross's apartment is from later in the series, and the rest of the apartments are from earlier in the series. Phoebe's apartment did not change all that much, and Joey and Chandler's apartment, I think I furnished it the way it was furnished, I guess in the middle of the series, because they had this bright yellow couch that I know that it was there in the later episodes, but they also have the big chairs that I tried to put in. Oh, actually yeah, I just remembered. So they had, like, Joey and Chandler had brown chairs. No, they had black chairs at first, but after they got robbed, they had brown chairs afterwards. So I think that's kind of in the middle of the time frame. I don't know. I'm beginning to get confused, which happened and how it happened chronologically. So let's just reference the photos that I used, the photos that I put here and there, so you can check those out, like I said, in the left corner. Yeah, actually it's here we are putting in some windows and it's starting to take shape, and this little part that I did right here in the little corridor, if you guys remember, it was a whole thing in one of the episodes. It was about Monica's cellar. No, sorry, it wasn't a cellar. It was a tiny closet. So she had a secret closet and everybody wanted to find out exactly what's in the closet, and it was a whole mystery and nobody knew. They do end up finding out, and I'm not gonna say what it was in the closet, but they do end up finding out, and for some reason I decided to keep that one empty. I do believe I keep it empty. I don't think I furnished the closet just so it's kind of a secret closet and nobody knows what's inside and we don't know what's inside. So that was what I was going for. And the furnishing was kind of a little harder to do than I expected, just because all of their apartments are very, very, very cluttered. Like, if you've watched my channel, you know that I love my clutter. I always clutter up my builds. I over decorate them in such a way that it's probably an eyesore for most people that are not used to things like this. But their apartments, all of them, were so overly cluttered that I who loves clutter, had a problem with it. But it made complete sense for me because, like I said, the show ran for 10 years. They were living there for years before that. I mean, stuff piles up and stuff disappears, other stuff appears, it's completely normal that things are gonna start gathering. So yeah, we do go a little bit spare on the decorations, but I did try to put in everything that is kind of more memorable and anything that is more iconic, more or less iconic. And here right now, what I'm doing is I'm trying to recreate their round table, and I was very disappointed because in Sims 4 we do not have a big round table, which for me, I think that it is such an oversight. I mean, so many people have round tables in their homes, and just not having one, I'm not even sure if we have a big round table in any of the expansion packs. Do comment down below if we do, but I don't think we had one. Like, we have these little smaller ones that take up 1 square, but we don't have one that would take up, say, 4 squares. You know, just a big round table. We don't have that. So I was a little disappointed just because I couldn't recreate exactly what I wanted to, but we make it work somehow. So here we are making Monica's kitchen, which again, super cluttered, so many things in there. I tried my best to put in as much more iconic things as they have in their apartment. Tried to keep the colors, tried to keep basically everything that you would remember from the TV show. And I think, you know, it's my opinion, but I do think it ended up looking really great. And I am very happy with how it turned out. So I do hope you guys enjoy it. Like I said, in this video, we create the whole building and the just the basic shape of it in Monica's apartment. And in the next one, we end up doing Joey and Chandler's apartment, Phoebe's apartment, Ross's apartment, Central Perk Cafe, and the exterior. So somehow we end up doing almost everything in the second part. So if you want to skip right to that one, I will have a few time frames down below. So we do have screenshots right here. I put screenshots at the end of this video just for this main apartment that we're furnishing right now, and I think on the outside. And you do get a sneak peek of the household that I have living here. And guess what? The household is actually the guys from Friends, because before I recreated the whole building, I recreated them in a Sims version, which, by the way, is on the gallery if you wanna look for it, if you wanna check them out and see if they look alike. Do that. I would love to know your opinion if you think I did a good job. I might even put them here on this channel because I think I have them recorded, creating the household for Friends. I do think we have them recorded. I don't think Chandler turned out as good as I wanted him to, but on the other hand, Phoebe and Monica are very, very much alike. So I don't know. I might end up voicing that over as well. I did make them last April as well. So the thing is that last year, around this time, somewhere around January and March, I started watching Friends again because I have all of the seasons, all the 10 seasons on DVD. So I don't remember what I was doing, but I think I had exams, and while I was creating my projects and studying, I would relax with a couple of episodes, and I ended up rewatching all 10 seasons, probably for the 3rd or 4th time from the beginning till the end. And somehow, I don't know exactly how, but a few weeks ago, I had this sudden urge to rewatch them again. So that is why I remembered, because back then when I watched it for the 3rd or 4th time, I had this huge inspiration to create their apartment in the Sims version. And I do know some people have done 1 or 2 apartments in Sims version, but I wanted to have all of them, and I wanted the cafe as well. I wanted all of the guys' apartments, and I wanted it to be very together and in one building. So that is why I recreated it. So when I was watching last year the TV show, I was really inspired, and I wanted to create them in Sims version and create all of their apartments. So that is what happened. And a few weeks ago, I again really wanted to rewatch them again. So I did that, and right now I am on season 3. And I am suddenly inspired once again to finish the job and upload it on YouTube, because I do have it on the gallery. I've had it for a year now. I have also the household for over there, So this is basically the final steps. This is what I need to get it done, to get it finished, and then I can probably delete all the 10 gigabytes of video material that I have that was just waiting for me to get inspired again and voice it over and create the videos. Because like I said, don't get me wrong, I love recording and I love recording for this channel, but sometimes if you've ever recorded or if you've created stuff like this, it's not even the videos. Like, you get into the zone, you start making something, and then you finish it sort of halfway, and there's still a lot of things that you need done. But by the time you get to say half of it, you're already kind of over it. If you know what I mean. Like, you worked for so long on something like this, and suddenly you have so little to finish it, but you don't have the mental energy, I guess, to finish it. So that's something that happens to me sometimes when I work too hard and too much on something. Most times I would end up just not finishing it, just because I would need to kind of cleanse my eyes and my mind from it and take a little breather. And sometimes, like in this case, that little breather ends up being a whole year. So I do apologize for that. Jeez, I'm such a slacker. I'm kind of embarrassed of myself right now. So anyway, this part right here that I am furnishing is actually something that is not in the apartment and is not on the set, just because, it's the part where the cameras and the audience is. So naturally, I did not know what went on this side, so I went a little crazy, figured out what would Monica have in her grandma's apartment, and I did realize that we don't have a computer because it is 1994, and I guess a personal computer is something rather new to the scene, and I do believe Chandler was the first one to have a personal computer. He had a laptop, but he was in the data processing career branch, something, I don't know. So I guess that's understandable. And yeah, so we didn't have a computer, so I kind of snuck one in there. And I do believe that Ross has a computer. And let's see, I don't think that Joey and Chandler do. I don't think I put one in there, in their apartment, or I could be wrong. Actually, I guess we'll see in the next video, because I really don't remember. Like I said 1,000 times, I built this a year ago. So I have seen a couple of videos on the internet of very quick builds of this apartment that I'm building right now, and these are the snapshots that I was talking about. This is one I was referencing, and yeah, so I have seen people quickly build this particular apartment, but I haven't seen the rest of them. And I don't know why. Like, all of the apartments are very iconic. True, this is probably the place where they hang out the most, but a lot of things happen in the other apartments and in the cafe, and I think they're just as iconic as this one. So even though, like, this is where... Actually, no, this is not where it all began. It all began in Central Perk, and it all finished here when they left all their keys on the table in this apartment. But, like, things, for instance, like... I don't know, Monica and Chandler saying I love you for the first time, that happened in Chandler and Joey's apartment. And Rachel saying that she's pregnant, that happened in Ross's apartment. So I do think that all of the apartments are very iconic, each with its own story to tell. So that is why I wanted to make all of them. So for Monica's apartment, like I said, I created the way that it was while she was dating Richard. So maybe in the second and third seasons, sort of the decoration is kind of like that. She does end up getting rid of that divider right next to her bed for some reason. I don't know why, because I really liked that divider. I think it was really cool. And something that I really wanted in Rachel's room was exactly that wall that divided the bedroom from the door, because that's something that is absolutely there, that doesn't change. And I'd never noticed it until I started exploring everything so I can build more accurately. Like, I never noticed that she had a wall there with a painting. And Rachel's room is a bit more girly. She has a few it's baby pink. She has a lot more cosmetics, a lot more perfumes, because she is, I guess, a bit more vain. I mean, it is Rachel. So that's what I did. I gave her that big mirror with the lights because I thought it would fit her better. And she does have a lot more clothes in there and stuff like that. Put that little teddy bear. I thought it would suit her very nicely. And yeah. Actually, we are getting into the screenshots in a couple of minutes. So, also, yeah, this is the balcony that they have so many things happen on that balcony. So many, lottery tickets were lost there. So that is something that I definitely wanted to recreate. And here you see me put in a couple of just making the outside look more put together. And I did end up putting a couple of entrances. We have an entrance for the main building that is actually, I do believe there was an entrance that led to Central Perk and also Ross's apartment, and a separate entrance that led to Phoebe's apartment, and also a third. Okay, so it was either a third entrance that led up to the girls' apartments, or just the first one that just leads to all of the apartments except Phoebe's. So Phoebe is kind of on the side there. But yeah, you do see me put in a few lights, but we will see more of the rest of the build in the next video. So I'm sorry again for splitting this into two parts. It was just really long and I didn't want to bore you with a 1 hour video. So I do hope you guys stick around for this one and the next part, and I really hope you guys enjoy. So we're about to get into some screenshots, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. So bye bye!